road, and I wanted to share something that has really been on my mind these past few weeks, and it's from our Thursday coach at Stall High. So I'm headed back home. We had another pro rodeo this morning. We were in Slack in Carthage, Texas, and I was riding my mare Hola. If you've been following her story this year, I just want to say thanks. I really enjoy this mare, and I enjoy sharing her progress. I actually share more of my training program in training membership on stallhighnetwork.com. Stall High is an app for horse people, but we also have different levels of online training. So something that really keeps replaying over and over in my mind, if you struggle with anxiety and if things tend to get away from you and you drive away from the rodeo or the barrel race thinking, man, why did I let that happen? I've got a tip for you. And it comes from Ben Johns. He is a PBR rider, but he's also our coach on Thursdays at Stall High in the interactive group. He said something a few weeks ago, and it really stood out to me as a bullseye moment. It carried a lot of weight, and I understood, I recognized the value of what he was saying. And he talks every week about mental preparation and being mentally prepared and mentally tough for your competition, regardless of your event. It doesn't matter if you're a breakaway roper, barrel racer, bull rider, team roper, saddle bronc rider, or maybe you compete in another horse event. But specific to rodeo, here's what Ben said. He said, you can never control everything. There will be so many things that are out of our control. But one thing he challenges himself to do is to control his breathing so he can control his mind. And I thought, wow. I like the way he challenges himself, and therefore he issued the challenge to us as well. I'm the Tuesday coach on Stall High, but I'm usually live every night because we have daily wisdom. So daily truth bombs are dropping because we've got a team of 5 coaches in the interactive membership level on Stall High. And every single night at 6 p.m. Central, we go live to help riders who are having either challenges with their horses, problems they don't know how to solve, or they just simply want to improve. They want a deeper relationship and a better connection with their horse. So that's what we do every night for the interactive members on Stall High. Well, I like how Ben John said that. Like, yeah, I may not be able to control everything, but I will control my breathing, and that helps control our thoughts. So I noticed a few things this morning while I was getting ready. I had set my alarm. My morning went pretty well according to my mental plan. It went kind of like I thought it would. I slept pretty good. There was a windstorm that apparently blew through around 4 a.m. and I was staying in this smaller trailer. It's a 4-foot short wall. And that trailer was moving a lot. And so a big windstorm, it wasn't rain, but a big windstorm blew through. And it did wake me up early. I was up for an hour or two, and I fell back asleep for about an hour. Got plenty of sleep. My morning went good, but I noticed by the time I got ready to load my horses and head to the arena, because I stayed about 15 minutes out, I was a few minutes behind where I really ideally wanted to be. Again, though, that's one of those things where your mind can run off with you with what ifs. You know, what if I don't have enough time? What if the parking's terrible? They've had too much rain. Don't forget, these are things that were going through my mind. Don't forget to take the correct street because I don't want to get caught in that one exit that I know is under construction. So I had those thoughts running through my mind. And I noticed when I got Ola off the trailer, my energy was pretty high. So my adrenaline was already starting to thump pretty good. So I could hear Ben's voice in my head. I may not control everything, but I can control my breathing. And that is a developed skill. Every week, Ben helps us with breathing techniques so that it's a lot easier when you get oxygen to your brain. But it is pretty crazy. I've had people coach me before, and I've heard good tips on breathing techniques. but I've never really worked with someone who's this consistent and who is actually like helping us time our breaths and really come up with a very clear protocol of what to do and how to follow, so that our mind doesn't race off with us and we end up defeating the purpose or defeating ourselves or get in the way of our horse. So that immediately helped me refocus. I started slowing my breathing and I could feel my whole body relax even more. And that helped my horse relax even more. So um, I've been sharing her rides during the week. I probably was too light on her this week, but she had a really her heaviest week as far as a rodeo schedule the week before. So I thought, well, she needs some time. If she's body sore, she had a lot of pressure on her. I'm going to go easy on her this week. Probably too easy because she was very crisp on her feet today. Even in the warm up, she was ready to go, super alert, kind of showy a little bit. I wouldn't classify her as on the muscle, but she was very reactive. And I'll kind of toss it back to one of our other coaches, Matt Reeves, on Monday. He had evaluated my runs from that week before earlier this week, and he said, Kendra, you rode different. You rode different from the barrel race to the rodeo. And then James Davison, he's our equine behavior specialist on Stall High. He's our coach on Wednesdays. He agreed with Matt. He said, Kendra, give her some more time. She's just got to learn to follow her feet at this rate of speed. The speed's in there, but you're rushing her just a little bit. And see, I pride myself on being a quiet rider. I'm a quiet trainer and I'm a quiet competitor. However, uh, little things can make such a big difference. Last night, Ronnie Clampett, boy, he dropped some solid gold on our group. And he said, sometimes a quarter of an inch is too much, and sometimes it's not enough. He was talking about just adjusting your headstall. So that was a key point. And see, even though I am a very quiet, light-handed rider, I was maybe riding her just a quarter of an inch too assertively. And mentally, that was putting pressure on her that translated to her feet. So today, I remember controlling my breathing right before we went in. I was number 4 out. And she just immediately relaxed. She dropped her head. I walked from the back of the warm-up area to the back of the alley when the number 3 girl ran, so that I wouldn't have to walk too far and cost too much time for the producer. Well, then the gate man said, okay, you're next. And pretty long alleyway. She walked all the way up the alley. This week, my game plan was, and my goal was, let her gain confidence. Let her figure out where her feet are at this rate of speed with no additional expectation for speed. I don't have to stand on the gas pedal even a quarter of an inch. I don't have to teach her how to run. That is going to come natural. But it felt so good to now have a team of coaches helping me assess through that. I've always had access to great horsemen. I've been very blessed in that respect. But now that we have interactive membership on Stall High, you see, we have 5 coaches. I'm in a team of 5 coaches daily. So daily having access to over 150 years of experience and expertise in the saddle is extremely beneficial, and it's changing me. I'm a benefactor, not just our members in interactive on Stall High. So super chill. She walked up the alley. I let her go, and here's what I felt. I felt the motor, so she was a lot more free. Her gas pedal was super light. I tried in my mind as a rider just to be a bump on a pickle so that I did less and she was responsible for more. And that's what we teach. That's how I train. That is the goal, is to get them to be more independent thinkers. As a rider, we're there for them in the event that they need us, but we want to do a supreme job of training and have such a great connection with each horse that the communication is as instantaneous as possible and very fluid and very light. That's a beef. So I was really proud of her. She felt very free, very loose. I went past the first barrel a tick. That's okay. I felt like her motor was plenty strong running in there. Second barrel we got up on it quick and fast. On the third barrel, I heard Matt Reeves in my head. And he was like, don't be in trainer mode, Kendra. Just let it happen. Whatever happens. Trust your training and let it carry over to the arena. Well, see, I teach that. I preach that. But this is my moment to actually do that. And so I remember just settling down. I wasn't there to necessarily help her. Today was more of a pop quiz for her. Like, okay, what can you do without me? And so I tried to just be that bump on the pickle and let her really think herself through the pattern and think where her feet need to go at this new higher rate of speed. It's one thing James Davison pointed out that really helped me as well. He said, if you think they're not going back to the stall and thinking about what they just did, he said, you're wrong. They're just like us. They think about that run. You don't have to grind on them. You don't have to have this ridiculous toolbox of drills and techniques and just work and practice. That backfired for me monumentally. And I ruined a lot of horses following the traditional barrel racing techniques because mentally they just couldn't handle it, or physically. They couldn't handle all that pressure. Ronnie Clampett last night, I'm telling you what, he and James, they dropped 50 years worth of wisdom this week in interactive membership on Stall High. So last night he said something very valuable, and I'm going to share it with you. If you're listening, I applaud you. Thank you for listening for the sake of your horse. I believe the best thing you can ever do for your horse is to become a better and a more knowledgeable rider. He said, when you trap their head, you trap their mind. Wow. And he was talking about people who handle the horses or handle the rein too much, or you put a lot of headgear or a heavy bit on your horse. When you trap their head, you trap their mind. Think about that. That alone, for people who will take that concept, chew on it, marinate it, and start to apply it, it can change the way you ride, and it can drastically change your connection with your horse, which will eventually change your results on the clock. So I'm very honored that you're following my page. If you're a rider who is looking for answers and you're tired of just wasting entry fees or miles running up and down the interstate, sitting in traffic. I'm not really fond of traffic, which I'm sitting in right now, coming back into Dallas. But I don't mind doing it. This is part of it. And I'm so thankful to have an opportunity to go today and to be on a mare that is just fun. It's just fun having a great connection with your horse and having personal accomplishments and fulfillment along the way through the training process.
Stay in the middle lane.
That's more fun than winning the rodeo, more times than not. So if you're a rider, if this is resonating with you and you are looking for answers, if you're willing to look in the mirror, but you just don't know how, like you need someone to very clearly and plainly spell it out for you, because I was there. When I was at my wit's end and I wanted to quit and leave barrel racing altogether, I needed someone to just explain to me what I was doing wrong. I would have done anything they told me to do that worked as long as I knew what to do. I tried so many things, nothing worked. It just kept me in a vicious cycle of disappointment. Ben answered that one on Wednesday too. So if that's you, we would love to have you in our group. There are 3 different training levels at stallhighnetwork.com. You can come in super low right now. If you're one of the Pioneer members, you can come in for less than $15 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee a week to get answers to help you understand your horse better and get the results that you're really looking for. There's a second level, it's called LOPE, And that's gonna, for a month, it's gonna be less than an entry fee. So right now the Pioneer price is $37 a month. For $37, you can get answers to have a much better ride with your horse and be able to explain things to your horse so that you're not arguing all the time. When you join the LOPE level, not only will you have access to the full library of digital clinics on demand, but you'll also get bonus training sessions where you can watch. So I'm one of the trainers there. Every time I train, I've got a red roan gelding named Pedro, and I've got a gray mare in training right now. Every single day that they've been around the barrels, we've recorded it and it goes in the library. That's bonus content you get when you're a member of
Use
LOPE
the right lane to
at
take
Stall
the
High.
exit to merge onto I-635 North.
And then our third level is what we call interactive. That's when you're ready to run and you want the fastest results and you want to really stack the cards in your favor, in your horse's favor, for the most lasting results. That is daily personal help. Daily personal help. You can join Zoom. You can either call in with the phone or you can download the Zoom app so you can actually be on camera with us and you can ask one of the 5 coaches at Stall High. Most people are extremely fortunate. If you have access to a professional trainer who's got credentials and who has the talent to teach, to articulate their knowledge, you're blessed if you have access to one person like that in your life. When you're a member of Stall High, you get 5 expert coaches 5 nights a week in person, online. So personalized help, real time, not recorded, not replay. You can catch the replay if you can't make it at 6:00 Central. But we love to have the interaction, and that's where we're seeing the best results. And you can do that all for less than a traditional lesson per week. So maybe you're taking lessons right now, or maybe you have in the past, and um, just a simple novice or amateur lesson. Because this is online and because it's super affordable and very convenient, you can have access to 5 trainers for less than 1 amateur trainer per week. So if that interests you, go to stallhidenetwork.com, check out the free test ride, make sure you love it, and then I will see you on Zoom in the interactive level. Thank you for following Ola's story. Is she going to season as a top 50 horse? We don't know yet. That's part of the adventure. And uh, I will keep you updated on YouTube as often as I can. But if you want the down low, the real secrets and the real insight and those daily truth bombs, go to stallhidenetwork.com, like right now. On the double, join interactive, and I'll see you on Zoom.